Hey everyone, I hope all of you are doing great and happy new year to everyone. So in this lesson we are going to learn about Grafana Alloy. So we are going to actually use a Grafana Cloud and going to visualize stuff in Grafana Cloud. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of how Grafana Alloy works. So before Grafana Alloy, what we had is we had something like this architecture. So let's say if we wanted to monitor a server and database services and probably a Windows server as well. So in that case, we have to install different kind of exporters. Let's say if we are dealing with Prometheus. So for server metrics, we have to get node exporter. If we wanted to monitor, let's say database services or metrics, we needed to have a DB exporter. If we wanted to monitor, let's say Windows, we needed to have node exporter for Windows. Similarly, if you wanted to monitor maybe APIs, you needed something called black box exporter. And let's say if you wanted to monitor maybe Loki, so basically you wanted to monitor logs using Loki. In that case, you had to install Promptail, and then in Promptail you are going to define some of the config in order to tell it which logs to scrape and where to send the data to. Okay. Similarly, let's say if you are collecting the matrix, you would also like to define some rule or some aggregation stuff. So you would typically do that in Prometheus. Okay, so you can see there are quite a lot of stuff which you had to deal with. Now what Grafana Alloy does is basically you are going to now just need only one utility. So in Grafana Alloy, you can have various components. Okay, so you can think of components like a layer. Essentially, we are going to deal with 3 layers. So we have a collection layer. So in collection layer, you are going to have a certain set of components which you can define. And in the collection layer, basically you tell, okay, what is the kind of stuff which you want to scrape and what is the kind of file which you want to scrape the stuff for. Let's say if you are scraping it from a Docker, you're going to configure something related to CA advisor, but all of those stuff are actually going to be in Grafana Alloy itself. So you don't need like tens of 10 or 20 of different utilities in order to scrape system metrics or logs. And then in Grafana Alloy itself, you also have processing layer. So you have some components which helps you in performing various processing. So for example, let's say if you want to relabel some of the metrics, or let's say you want to tell, okay, you don't really want these kind of metrics, you want to drop it. Okay, so you can apply those kind of filtering as well in the processing layer. And then you have the export layer. So in the export layer, again, there are components which you use within Alloy itself to tell, okay, you want to write this to maybe your local Prometheus instance, or maybe you want to write it to Grafana Loki, Grafana Cloud, or maybe you want to write it to Grafana Tempo, which is either available locally or either available on cloud, or you can actually write to both of them. Okay, so all of these stuff now are going to happen within a single utility, which is called Grafana Alloy. So you can think of this architecture, you can think of this, I think, conceptually like a data pipeline. Okay, so in which you define where to collect the data from, the kind of processing which you want to do, and where you want to send the data to. The backend stuff still remains the same, because eventually you have to send the data to some of the backend storage, and then Grafana is going to connect to those backend storage to create dashboards and panels, and then users will be able to visualize those. Like if I want to show you graphically, this is how it is going to look like. So assume all of these are part of Grafana Alloy. So you have a component called Prometheus Scrape. Inside Prometheus Scrape, you do some sort of like you provide some details, and then it knows, okay, what is the data it needs to scrape. And then you have Prometheus.relabel. This is again another component where you provide some details based on which it knows what to do with these metrics which are coming from Prometheus Scrape. Then it is going to perform some of the processing stuff. Then it is going to send it to let's say the target layer, okay, or export layer, which we just saw here in this documentation. So then in the shipping layer, again in the remote write, Prometheus.remote write, you are going to tell it that you want to send it to Grafana Cloud, or you want to send it to your local Prometheus instance. Okay, so that is how typically you should think of Grafana Alloy. In short, basically there is going to be a single utility or tool or program, whatever you want to call it, which is Grafana Alloy, and it is going to help you send everything to Grafana Cloud. So now I'm also logged into Grafana Cloud. If you don't have Grafana Cloud, you can sign it up. You almost get like quite a lot of storage, which is good enough. Let's say if you want to monitor few servers, go to the you don't really need to upgrade. But yeah, if you want to upgrade in the future, you can always upgrade, and then you are going to get like more number of retention days. So again, depending on the component, you have like 2 weeks or 3 weeks of retention by default. But yeah, if you upgrade, you are going to have probably, I think, up to 1 year of retention, again depending on the component. So you can go into the detail. I'm not going to go into the detail of those. So here, once you log in, you have Grafana, and you also have like some of the backend stuff. Okay, so you have Prometheus already available, which is completely managed by Grafana. You don't need to do anything in this. Then you have Grafana Loki. Again, this is completely managed by Grafana. You don't need to like set up or install Loki on your own and then need to do all the infrastructure stuff. Similarly, you have several other components. So what Grafana is essentially doing is it is doing all the infra related work for you, and it is making sure that all the data sources are up and ready. So all you have to now do is you have to basically install Grafana Alloy on all the servers which you want to monitor, and also configure it for all the applications you want to monitor, all the logs you want to monitor, and then start sending the metrics and logs and traces to the respective components. So for example, you are going to send the metrics to Prometheus, logs to Loki, you are going to send traces to Tempo. If you are using Open Telemetry, then you can use Open Telemetry Collector. If you are using profiling, then you can send the profiling related data to Pyroscope. Okay, so enough of the introduction. Now we are going to go to Grafana Cloud. So I'm just going to click on launch, and then it is going to launch Grafana Cloud instance. So again, for you, the Grafana Cloud instance is going to be different, but essentially it is going to look. So on the left hand side, you can see we have several components. What you need to do is on the left hand side, you can see we have something called connections. Okay, so you can jump to this connection, and then you can click on collector. So once you click on collector, you can see basically it is going to talk about some of the collectors which is available, and of course Grafana Alloy is one of them. So we are going to use Grafana Alloy. So you can click on install Grafana Alloy, which is actually going to take you to configure, or you can just come and click on configure. Okay, so if you are doing it for the first time, in that case, this is fine. You can select the platform on which you are going to install Alloy. So in this case, I'm going to stick to Debian, or yeah, I think I'm going to select to this one. And then you can click on create a new token. You can provide it a name. So for example, let's say we can give it any name. For example, my server, or maybe Alloy agent token. Okay, because essentially you are going to use the same token for all the servers where you are installing Alloy. And then you're going to click on create token, and after you click on create token, it is also going to give you a snippet which you can use in order to install Grafana Alloy on the server. So in this case, I don't really want to create a new token because I already have a token. So I can go to use an existing token, and here I can paste the token. So I'm just going to paste the token here. Okay, so I pasted the token which I had here, and now it is giving me all the steps which is needed to install and run Grafana Alloy. So I can just click on copy to clipboard, and then we can go to the server and then paste it. So I'm just going to go to the server, and then you can just copy paste whatever you copied. Okay, so just hit enter. Again, depending on the speed of the internet, it's going to take some time in order to install and configure everything. Okay, so here you can see it is saying that Alloy is installed. So I'm just going to clear the screen for once, and then we can do systemctl status and Alloy. Then hit enter. It is going to show you whether Alloy is already running or not running. In case you want to stop Alloy, you can do systemctl stop Alloy. And if you want to start again, you can do systemctl start Alloy. Again, to check the status, you can do status Alloy. Okay, so now we should be able to see our server in here. So you can, on the left hand side, you can click on fleet management, and then you can see I already saw my server here. Okay, so this is the host name of the server, which is basically my ID. You can see that it last connected a few seconds ago. So we can say that we are able to discover the server, and we are able to see that here in Grafana fleet management. Now we can go back to the server, and what I'm going to do is we are going to clear the screen, and then we are going to go to cd space etc space alloy, And if you do ls here or ll here, you can see there is a file called config.alloy. If you do cat config.alloy, you can see some of the details here. Okay, there are some sensitive stuff here. For example, username, you can see some of the username are being shown here. So what I typically do is I also put it in the env file. Okay, so we don't have to like keep it here. So what I have done is I have put those steps here, and I'm going to give you the link of this. So what we typically do is we can go to this location, and I'm just going to go here. Let's go ahead, clear the screen, and you can do ls space, then you can paste this location. Okay, and then you can see there is this file. Okay, so in this file you need to go in this file, and then you can set up something like this. Now you are probably already going to see these two lines, like your gcloud rw API key and then your gcloud fm collector ID. Then you can also set some of the other environment variables which you need. For example, we can set up Locky username, and then you can put the actual Locky user ID here. So let's say in case you want to see all of these like user IDs, you can always go back to your Grafana cloud. So I'm just going to go to Grafana cloud, and let's go ahead, log into Grafana cloud again. So here you can see, since I'm already logged in, I can just click on my account, and here you can click on your user ID, and then to get the username or user ID for each of the component, you can just click on details. So for example, I can just click on details, and inside the details it is also going to show me the user ID. Okay, so you have to put that user ID here. So you can just set all of these environment variables. Yeah, I think then it's pretty much it. You can just restart it. And then in the next lesson, I'm going to show you how we can use several configurations in order to like scrape system metrics, and then like scraping logs and so many other stuff. Okay, so that's all in this lesson. I'm going to see you again in the next lesson.